Welcome to a full and complete day in the life of me. My days are so crazy jam-packed. And honestly, this is a very typical day for me. Of course, first things first, I have to get the kids breakfast. So this morning in particular was chocolate protein muffins, Greek yogurt, and banana. Every morning it's something different. It's just they go off of their own will and whatever their heart desires, we kind of go in that direction. So it changes every morning. Now, while they're eating, I do make my daughter's lunch. And here was when I realized I had a pregnancy brain moment and I was not making the right sandwich that she asked me for. And that's in a reference. If anyone gets that, you guys let me know if you could pick up on that reference. But for anyone who's new here, my name is Kat. I am a children's book author and illustrator, and I am a mom to two kids. I'm about to have my third. As you can probably tell in some shots of this video, I am very pregnant. So as of this moment, recording this, I'm 30 weeks pregnant. So we have about 8 weeks left. And that's just due to some complications. It's a long story. But I am also running my small business and working part-time. So my days are very busy. This day I happen to not be working my part-time job. So that was kind of nice. So you can kind of see what I do on the days that I don't work. This was me reminding my daughter not to throw away the container. So this ended up being her lunch. Of course, I had to sneak in a little something sweet because I'm the same way. And here's my outfit of the day. Having me an influencer moment, headed to drop off, looking so fly. Of course, once we head off to drop off and finally deal with that headache within itself, which anyone who does drop off knows exactly what I'm talking about. I usually come home, I do a very quick pickup because this moment of the day, I have a very quick turnaround time. I come home and I have about 45 minutes before I have to be back out the door to take my son to preschool. So here is where I will get ready for the day. My son will just go off and play and do his own thing. And I just absolutely love that. When kids get to that age and they can just play by themselves, it's a dream. As for getting ready, I am a firm believer in doing your makeup and like getting ready for the day, whatever that means to you. I know we have all different kind of scales of what that means, but I think just the act of like putting yourself together a little bit, you just feel a lot more productive. You feel better about yourself during the day. And so I'm just a firm believer in that. And so some people may not believe that I do get ready every morning. I do really get ready every morning. But on the rare occasion, I just don't, because I think we all need those days off too. So, but really, honestly, most days I do get ready because I do feel like it really helps me out. All right. So once I'm all ready to go, at this point, it's just barely after 9 o'clock. I'm actually doing pretty good today. So let's see if I can keep that going for the rest of the day. This is what my son was doing while I was getting ready. He was playing these Magna-Tiles. Best thing ever. I forgot that my son was the leader for today for his preschool, which means we have to bring snacks for the little chillins. So we did apples and some graham crackers because I just try to find stuff that's around my house for the kids. And so at this point, we're headed off to school for him, headed off to drop off. And then I had to turn right around and go straight from dropping him off to my own doctor's appointment, which was not super fun because I sat there for about an hour just waiting to get back to my appointment. And it was long. So at this point, I was out of time. We had to go pick up my son. I did stop and get myself a little something sweet, which I don't normally do, but it was just one of those days. I think I've done this maybe one time, like my entire pregnancy. I've tried to be really careful. So I just kind of read just for a little bit because I got there maybe with like 5 minutes to spare. Once I get home from picking him up, then I do a pickup of the kitchen because usually in the chaos in the morning, I just don't have the time to do that. So I just spend a few minutes picking up the kitchen and making sure everything's kind of like in order because I don't do well when there's a bunch of clutter and stuff on the counters and everything. So here he is again playing with Magna-Tiles. So from here, once the kitchen's all kind of tidy, now it's time to dirty it again by me making lunch for everyone. So typically I do have our lunches and dinners like planned out and scheduled. So here I was just making a salad and then with some chicken and stuff on top. It was actually really good. I like it a lot. Then when my son is down for quiet time at 1 o'clock, this is when I will kind of relax and do something for myself. But this was a couple days before my launch for my website. I needed to update some things. So I spent this time working on some work stuff. And of course, while I was working, I had to have some of my Sour Patch Kids. And I was watching Caleb Hammer, which if you don't watch him, he's quite the hoot. So I really like him a lot. So after about an hour, I was able to upload everything. I kind of refreshed the website, got products loaded in, and now everything is available now. You guys are seeing this kind of after the fact. So if you're wanting to see any of like my new chain bookmarks or my Kindle charms, they're so unbelievably cute. I would definitely go over and snag what you can. Also, I have my defective books available. They're on a very hefty discount. They are just kind of aesthetically defective. And so, but I have a very limited quantity. So definitely go and grab them while you can. I've already sold a good amount of them. So definitely go and get them while you can. So at this point, it's 2:17. Now I have to turn around and go and get ready to pick up my daughter from school. So we go and we sit there for a few minutes, just me and my son. He usually climbs up in the front seat once we're parked at the curb, and we kind of like chat and we just hang out for a few minutes before we get my daughter. And once she comes out this day, I was actually taking my daughter back home, and my husband was going to watch the kids. So then that way I can do some work stuff. Y'all could probably tell from the last clip, I did have other clothes on, and that is not your imagination. I was planning on going to the gym, but mentally I just knew I needed to work on stuff, and my husband could kind of tell the same thing. So I went downstairs, I worked on just kind of counting up inventory. I had some other things on my list that I needed to do before the launch. So here I was just double checking my chain bookmarks. These are my older styles that are actually on clearance right now. So definitely go and snag those while they're on clearance. I love the chain bookmarks. They're like my absolute favorite. So once I went through and kind of just double checked everything, then one of the bigger tasks that I needed to do was take individual pictures of all the Kindle charms, because I took pictures of them as collections, but then I realized that I forgot to take pictures of them individually so people could see them up close with all the details. And then at about 5:45, it was time to start dinner. So tonight was going to be roasted potatoes, asparagus, steak, and I think we had some rolls with it as well. It was actually really good. These nights that I'm not working are honestly really nice because we can have like a family dinner together. Because the nights that I'm working, I work in the evenings and I close, which I'm usually there till about 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So I don't get to have dinner with the kids and my husband and whatnot. So it's always nice to have those dinners. So at about 7:45, the kids were finally down for the night, and it was time for me to go back downstairs and do some more work for the launch and get some other things done for the business that I needed to get done. This is when I opened up my email to an email from my printer saying we had more problems with the pictures, which I have since troubleshooted. Thank goodness. I'm so glad to be done with that. But by 10 o'clock, I finally called it and I was so done. So this is what a typical day for me looks like, trying to balance absolutely everything. And I really couldn't do it without my husband either. He's very, very helpful as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely subscribe to stick around to see everything, and I'll see you guys in the next one.